Today we want to talk a little bit about what you should expect when you're taking an online course. One of the first things that you should think about is when you get enrolled in an online course, you'll be automatically enrolled in a resource area called Getting Started with Moodle. This course will be available to you about a week before classes actually begin each semester. It's a good idea to log on to this course as soon as it's available because it's designed to give you an opportunity to practice taking quizzes online, submitting assignments online, completing discussion forums online, and overall getting you familiar with the tools that you'll be using once your course actually begins. All classes are scheduled to start on the first day of the semester. Okay, so when you have an online course, you want to make sure that by the first day of the semester you've logged in and begun looking around in the course. When you first log on to the course, most professors are going to have a Getting Started guide. In this Getting Started guide, you'll find important information such as how to purchase your textbook if your professor is using one, any special software that you might need in terms of completing, being able to open up certain programs, access certain tools. And it will also typically have information about how to participate in the course. For example, it might contain information about the way that you should participate in discussion forums. When you're accessing a discussion forum in an online course, you need to be mindful that all of the students in the course, as well as your professor, are seeing the posts that you make. So you want to make sure that you're using appropriate language, that your discussion posts are on topic, and that you're using certain rules of etiquette that your professor will provide for you for how to speak to the students and to the professor in an online discussion forum. Okay. They'll also typically, in these Getting Started guides, give you a place to start, telling you where to begin in the course. For example, in my courses, I have students start with this Getting Started guide, as well as moving on to printing a copy of the course syllabus, reading through it, and making sure that they understand it clearly. Once you've looked at the Getting Started guide, the most important piece of information you'll have in your course is going to be the course syllabus. In addition to just the general information about the class that you'll find the same as any other online course or any other face-to-face course, your online syllabus will have important information about the way that courses are graded. For example, when you're sitting in a face-to-face class and you're participating in discussions with the other students and the professor, this is usually calculated as part of a participation grade. In an online class, participation grades work a little bit differently. Some professors may base them on the amount of time that you log into the class, but others may take the discussions themselves and make them a large portion of the grade. So the discussion posts that you're making are graded, and those will be calculated as part of your overall grade. The syllabus will also have information on how to submit your assignments, such as where to submit assignments, how to access these assignments, and particular rules such as submitting essays or taking exams. In many cases, you may find that you can take exams online. Some professors, however, will require you to take a proctored exam, meaning that you'll need to schedule a time to come to campus to take the test here. Okay. Other information that you may find: extensive, more detailed information on how and when to post to discussion forums. When you're looking through the syllabus, one of the things that you want to make sure to focus on are deadlines for each week. Okay? When you're meeting for a face-to-face class, you're showing up, you're held accountable by the professor who's telling you exactly when you need to submit the assignments. In online courses, you won't get those reminders, though all of the dates for discussion posts, assignment submissions are posted throughout the course in multiple places. And you'll be responsible for those dates. You want to make sure the most important thing in taking an online class is making sure that you know when assignments are due, when discussion posts are due. In many cases, they'll simply have all of the work due at the end of the week. Okay? Some professors will have you post to discussion forums by the middle of the week and then responding to other students by the end. It's very important that you follow these guidelines because if you fall behind, you're going to lose points on significant portions of the grade, and you want to make sure that you're keeping up with that. Successful students in online classes know the deadlines and keep up with those assignments. You also want to make sure that you're setting aside enough time for these classes. With an online class, you can access the content at any time, making it much more flexible, meaning you could log in during the day, you could log on in the evenings, you could log on in the middle of the night and submit your assignments at any time. But you want to make sure that you're allotting enough time not only to read lecture notes, watch videos that your professors may include in the course, and participate in discussions, but to get all of the written assignments and exams completed on time. The final thing that you want to be aware of when taking an online course is that all of the communication in the course will be sent through your Bergen email address. Discussion forums are posted in the course itself, but your professors may use quick mail to communicate with you one-on-one, and you may want to send an email to your professor so that the other students aren't aware of it. There are also news forums that send announcements to the entire class. When your instructor posts something here, you can access it within the news forum and go and find out important information that the professor wants to let you know. In addition to being posted in the forum itself, news topics will show up in the latest news column in your course, and all of these, along with any email communications, will be sent to your Bergen email address. If you find you're having any trouble at all submitting assignments or logging into the Moodle shell and things aren't working correctly for you, it's important to remember that on the Moodle login page there is a contact number for technical support, and they can help you through any technical difficulties that you may be having in the course. As long as you're making sure you're checking your email, you know when your deadlines are, and you're reading through every piece of information in each week of the course and making sure you get your assignments submitted on time, you should have no problem doing well in online courses.